And welcome back to No Breaks Gaming. Today I have another mod showcase, a gun mod showcase for you all, and what I'm going to do is go through each one of the guns that this mod comes with and just test them all out. Now, all the guns on this wall aren't every single gun in the mod. There are a bunch more, but starting off with number one, we have the Baker rifle, which is a flintlock rifle. And I'm actually going to switch into creative, game mode, creative. And what I want to do with this Baker rifle is I want to see how long it would actually take to take down the Iron Golem. So we're going to start off with shot number one here. Two, I missed. Three, I missed. Four, five. 5 shots from the Baker rifle will take down the Iron Golem. Now, I actually want to see if this does have a reload animation, because it is a muzzleloader and I'm using it in creative as a semi-automatic, which isn't possible to do. Ooh, a B. I want to see if I can hit this B. I can't hit the B. Alright. But if I go into here, I should be able to look up. Let me see, if I go into survival, does it have one? Because if I can't figure this out, I'm going to move on to the next one, which is a double barrel shotgun. Game mode, survival. That's what we want right there. Now, is there a villager in here? Yes, there is. Okay. Reload. Okay, so it does have a reload animation, but I don't know how to find the ammo to reload it. So I'm gonna go back and actually no, I'm not gonna go back into creative. I'm going to pick up the double barrel shotgun. I'm gonna put the Baker rifle back on the wall. That is the Baker rifle right there, so you can get the full look of it. Is flintlock muzzle loader. But moving on to the double barrel shotgun. Now, the weird thing with these mods, and I don't know if this is actually true or if it's just me, you can't actually shoot the guns while you're holding right click to aim. But I am going to... Oh. Uh-oh. What? That bee just survived 2 shots from a double barrel shotgun. How is that possible? Oh my gosh. Alright, I'm gonna try to run around this wall. Where is he? Alright, I'm gonna lure this bee away from the wall, and then I'm gonna go back, and I'm gonna grab one. I'm gonna grab the next gun, actually, which is the 1911. Come here. Come here. And I missed. Got him. Alright, but yeah, this is the next gun, the 1911 45 ACP. I mean, there's not much else to show of it besides what you just saw there, but yeah, you can't shoot it while aiming either. You kind of just have to hip fire. But there isn't an iron golem to test them on right now. But I'm going to put the 1911 back on the wall along with the double barrel shotgun, which the barrel is stuck open now because that's its unloaded animation. But this here is the AKM custom. Now, I do know it's custom, so this is the AKM full auto, hip fire, no stock. But I'm pretty sure if I go and I set the game mode to creative, I should be able to look up the different parts of the guns. Yep. Alright, I'm gonna just take all of them because some of the guns only go with certain parts. So if I press Z, one of these, yep, okay, heavy stock, okay, well actually it's weighted stock. So I put these back in here. Yeah, so what that does by putting the stock on it is it makes it more accurate. You can see with the stock on the, I'm gonna just call it the pointer, where you're aiming, is smaller and more closed in. compared to, oh, no, wrong. Compared to if I take the stock off, it's much more wide and inaccurate. Recoil is also less controlled. So if I go and I put the custom AKM back on the wall, we have, well actually, let me go back into game mode, survival. Alright, I'm gonna throw this all up here. Now, the next gun, the Micro Uzi, is what it's called. It looks like a Mac 11 to me, but just a full auto submachine gun, 20 round magazine, super fast cycling rate. Let me see if I can find a villager in here to test this out on. Villager, is there a villager down here villaging? Maybe, maybe not. No, there isn't, but that is the Micro Uzi slash what looks like a Mac 11. Super fast cycling rate. Oh, now the villager shows up. Now I want to see if I go into creative. I think this mod incorporates things from the Just Enough Guns mod as well. That also might just be because I have it installed. I'm not sure. But if I look up drum magazine, I want to see. Can I? No, I can't. Okay, because usually what you're able to do with certain guns, you can take a drum magazine and swap it out for whatever the normal magazine is. So instead of just having 20 rounds in this, I could have 50 or 100 and it would just go forever. But there's a villager. Alright, where is the wall of guns? So, yep, this is the wall here. Lots and lots of guns with this mod, but I'm setting the mode back into survival, putting the Micro Uzi back. I'm gonna call it that because that's what it's called in the game now. This here, EBR 14, testing on villagers. Now I believe most of the guns that don't have stocks or scopes do have them available. They're just not part of the gun, they're an attachment that you have to look up and put on it. But, oh, here they are. Boom. But if I go into game mode creative, I want to turn this volume down a little bit. Alright, but if I go into creative, should be able to put a weighted stop on here, and I should be able to put a scope too. Oh, wait, what was that? Oh, I thought they had other scopes. That's a FN Scar H and a Scar L. Alright, but I am going to attempt to put a weighted stop. Yep, okay, I can. And a scope. So I also have the option suppressor, grip, change the magazine, put a flashlight on here. Now, I don't think that I can actually shoot while looking through the scope. No, I can't. Oh, it is a one-shot. Okay. I'm just terrorizing this village right now. Where is its spot on the wall? Go right back in there. So going back into survival, I'm gonna set the time. Set time day. Alright. I'm gonna try to move through a bit faster, but next up is the Walther PPK. I believe it shoots I believe it's 380, but 6 rounds in the magazine, semi-automatic, compact. Boom. There goes the Walther PPK. But putting the Walther PPK back, next up on the list is the Thompson submachine gun. I thought I set the time today. Did I not? There we go. Alright, time set day. So, this only has a 20 round magazine, but I thought it would be 50 judging by the massive drum magazine that's connected to this thing. But running back into the... Oh, there's a contestant right here. Yeah, this is the Thompson submachine gun. Now, I want to see if I go into mode creative. Is there a bigger... Can I get a 100 round drum magazine on this thing? Because Thompson's with 20 round magazines are not fun. No, I can't. What kind of. I don't know. Maybe Minecraft has firearm laws. Maybe there's magazine restrictions in the Minecraft universe. I don't know. I wouldn't know. I don't live in Minecraft. But going back into game mode. Oh, nope. Oh. But what I do want to say about this mod is it is a pretty good quality mod. I do like it. The guns work great. They look great. This is a pretty good mod. But moving on to the AKM 40 round magazine, full auto. I do believe it has a slower cycling rate. Yeah, it does. I don't know why the cycling rate's that slow. It could just be something with the mod. But yeah, that's the AKM. I want to see if I can hit that pig over there. Yep, we got him. We got the pig. The pig is down. But it's just weird having guns in Minecraft. Nope, no. Go back up on the wall in your place. Now, right here, we have the M16 LSW. Basically, M16, carry handle, 100 round drum magazine. And we are going to test it. I mean, besides just full auto, like most of the rest of these guns, I guess we'll test it on some of these unsuspecting mobs down here. And miss a lot of them. Now, what I've realized about this mod is, unlike the Just Enough Guns mod, they don't overheat. When you're playing the Just Enough Guns mod, if you check out some of my YouTube shorts, especially with the minigun, you'll shoot for a little while and it'll overheat eventually. But moving on to the Lanchester SMG. Now, I don't actually know anything about this particular one, besides 30 round magazine sticking out of the side of it, and full auto. It's got a slower cycling rate, kind of like the AKM does in this mod, and not a lot of recoil control. It's not as accurate, but I mean, I'm also shooting at long range with a submachine gun. But I am gonna move on to the next, which is an MP5. Can we go back on the? There we go. I'm gonna go into creative real quick, just because I want to be able to showcase some of the attachments that you get in here. Actually, no, I don't, because I want to stay in survival. Sorry, I'm being indecisive, but we're going in survival. Wait, come on. MP5, A4, full auto. I don't remember the number of the magazine capacity. If I go into creative, there should be attachments for it in here. If I look up, there should be a silencer. Yes, there is. I hope I can put the silencer on here. Can I put the silencer? I can't put a silencer on here. Can I, did that even do anything? There's the silencer. I go into survival because it says it has the drum magazine on it, but it isn't actually registering it as. Well, I guess you can't put a drum magazine on here. But moving on, the flare gun. Come here, flare gun. We're gonna go shoot a villager with a flare gun. Actually, you know what? We'll just shoot that horse. Oh my gosh. That is a lot of red smoke. Now, from what and okay, this thing has no range, but it's a flare gun. So from what I've learned, this red smoke takes forever to go away and gets really big, and I am out of hunger and I need some food so I can sprint and not crawl. Or oh, that was an accident. Now there's gonna be red smoke. Oh no. Don't burn down my wall. It burnt half the wall of guns, but luckily we're up here now. So I think I'm gonna stay in creative just for the sake of time for this. So if I go and I scroll down to all the guns that are in this mod, which I believe they're all here. Down below here, starting about here, are the Just Enough Guns mods, but we're gonna just grab some of these. Oh, there's an M60, did not realize that. I'm gonna just grab a bunch of these, go through them, Mossberg 590. What else? M249. What else do I want to grab? What else do I want to grab here? The well rod. All right, we'll go with that. So we got a M2 flamethrower, another flamethrower, M60, M107, which is I believe a 50 caliber sniper rifle, AWP, Benelli M4, Mossberg 590, M249, and a well rod. So I'm going to take this flamethrower. So it has the same physics as the flamethrower from Just Enough Guns mod, which means I believe in order to actually burn anything with it, you have to hold shift. What? No? Does it not? Or maybe it just doesn't burn anything. It just... That is weird. Let me test the other one. Because they all look like they have the same physics. I don't know if I'm missing something, but I guess they don't actually do any damage. Or maybe they do, yeah, because look, it looks like it broke things, it's just not actually setting them on fire. But moving on to the M60 belt-fed machine gun. Yes I can, but you can't shoot while looking down it. So I think I'm going to aim for that sheep. And I got the sheep, there's another sheep over there. But this is the M60 now. Oh, hello, horse. Moving on, up, number 4. The M107, which I believe is a Barrett, but it is a 50 caliber sniper. Can I break this door down? I believe if I go into creative, I am able to actually put a scope on these, but I'm not actually able to shoot while looking down the scope, so there isn't really a point in going and doing that. But the AWP, well, it's not the same, it's sniper rifle, but it is bolt action. Now I want to see if I go over here, can I hit that cow right there? Yep. Alright, I got him. We got him. Boom. Boom. Got him too. Alright, we're gonna move on. Benelli M4. I'm gonna move out of this village where there's more mobs to test these guns on. And I'm thinking about actually, once I finish up these last 3 guns in this row, I'm going to go into survival, see if I can find some mobs to fight. But this is the Benelli M4, which is a semi-auto 12 gauge, versus a sheep, a Minecraft sheep. Oh, we got 2 pigs with 1 shot. Alright, we're going to the Mossberg 590. I wonder what the range on this actually is. I should be able to hit that chicken. Oh, I missed. I hit the dirt. Chick. Alright, we got those cows and these chickens. Now we're on to the M249. Another full auto belt fed machine gun. There's a horse up there. We'll see if we can hit him. Oh, we are not. Oh, no, we hit him once. Hit him once. Oh, there's a chicken. Come here, chicken. Alright. For the well rod, I'm going to set the time today before I go into survival and test some of these out. But what I think the well rod is, I think the magazine is the grip, and it's basically a silencer. It's weird. I believe it's a historical gun. We're gonna see if we can hit that horse right there. Yep, we can. Alright, we got him. 2 shots to take out a horse with the well rod. Oh, nope. I missed that cow. Can I hit the cow? Come on, hit the cow. Alright, doesn't look like we're gonna hit that cow. But I'm going to say 4 guns to actually use against the mobs. I think we'll go with M60, we'll go with Benelli M4, we'll go with the flamethrower, put some of these back. I'm going to go with the M2 flamethrower. And I'm going to pick one more that I'm going to use to go up against mobs with. Alright, let's see. Let's look. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? I want to pick something weird. I want to go with the... I'm going to go with the Baker rifle. You know what? I'm going to bring multiple of them, because I didn't actually get to go through all of them. So we'll go with the MP5. We'll go with... What is that? What is the Hog Bonker? Alright, we'll go with that. Alright, so these are the guns I'm going to use to go up against mobs. We have an M60, Benelli M4, M2 flamethrower, a Baker rifle, VSS Ventores, MP5A4, and a Hog Bonker, which I think is just a weird shotgun. I want to see if I can hit one of these fish with a Baker rifle. Yes, I can. Alright, but setting the time... Oh, nope, wrong letter. Time set to night. And I am gonna go into game mode, survival. Alright, the mobs, they should be... I need to grab food. So actually, game mode, creative. I need to grab some food. I need to grab... Nope. Why did I look up... Why did I just look up food? Why did I just not look up bread? I want me some bread. Alright, we're going in. Game mode. Survival. Alright, I'm gonna eat some of this bread. There should be mobs spawning. Yep, I see them. Alright, there's a lot of mobs over there. So, I'm gonna go in with the M60 and we're gonna move on from there. Each mob that I kill, I'm gonna move on to the other gun. Alright. Alright, that was with the M4, M2... Oh, nope, wrong button. Flamethrower versus Spider. Oh, that was a creeper. Alright, Baker rifle. Oh, we're out of ammo in that. Alright, VSS Ventores. Alright. MP5A4 versus Creeper. I think I missed. Yeah, I missed. Well, I hit him, but... Alright. Now we're on to Hog Bonker, which has 2 rounds of... I don't know what. Come here, skeleton. Nope. Come here. Uh-oh. It didn't take him out. M60 versus skeleton. Benelli M4 versus zombies. I think there's a skeleton up here. Yeah, uh-oh. No, get out of the way, chicken. Uh-oh. Alright, we're back to the M60. 87 rounds left. I'm gonna just send away. Uh-oh. Oh, there's a spider jockey right there. Alright. For that, I'm gonna use the MP5. Alright, we got... Is that a creeper? No, chicken. Chicken. I just called a creeper. I just called a chicken a creeper. Took out that creeper. Alright, but that is going to wrap it up for this gun mod showcase. I truly hope that you guys did enjoy, and if you want to see more mod showcases like this, or even other mods, make sure you drop a like, subscribe to the channel, because I have a new video like this every single day. But with that said, thank you all very much.